This presentation of LionTrax is made possible through the kind support of Tangipahoa Parish Tourism, your guide to the crossroads of Louisiana.
Tangipahoa Parish is home to the strawberry capital of the world and the premier destination for family fun and adventure. Whether you're looking to visit one of our historic museums, grab a bite to eat at our amazing restaurants, or attend an exciting local event, there's always something to do in Tangipahoa Parish. Tangipahoa Tourism is proud to support the Southeastern Channel in its mission to educate and inspire young media professionals right here in Tangipahoa Parish, the crossroads of Louisiana.
Hello and welcome to LionTrax, the official coaches show of Lion Athletics. I'm your host, Logan Loving, and joining me today is Lady Lions soccer head coach David Gillespie. Nathan, it's great to have you here, man.
Yes, it's an honour and a privilege. Always enjoy doing these.
All right, so like we talked about before, you've done a LionTrax before a couple of years ago. Could you just tell us a little bit about yourself, about how you, a Huntington, England native, ended up in Humbleham in Louisiana?
Yeah, so I came over originally. My journey began as a college athlete, played college soccer at Cumberland University, just outside of Nashville, small NAIA school, and then graduated, moved up to the northeast, coached a bit of club soccer, did a little spell back home in England, and then came back out, was at Delta State in Mississippi as a graduate assistant, and then upon graduating from there I became the assistant coach of the women's soccer team here at Southeastern, and then we had a couple of good years, and then the old head coach Chris McBride then went to Lafayette, and there was a vacancy, and it was a dream of mine to always be a head coach, and so I said I want to apply for it, and then thankfully JR Tiggs gave me the shot, and I've been here since then as well.
We're very happy to have you here. My first question for you about the team, what would you say, honestly, is the greatest strength of this Lady Lions squad?
I think the spirit of the group and the togetherness of the group this year has been really, really good. We went through some kind of teething problems in the first couple of years, but then ultimately it was a goal of ours to recruit good people, and then hopefully we want good soccer players as well, but good people first and foremost, because then if moments are hard, times are difficult, there's not going to be drama being caused or whatever. There's going to be a group of people that are going to be looking out for each other, and I think that's probably one of the biggest strengths of the group right now.
All right. Speaking of strengths, your keeper Kendall Curran has played in 12 matches now. She's giving up a little over 1 goal per match, and her save percentage is upwards of 75%. How big is it to you that you have someone in the keeper's box that you just know is going to come up big when she needs to?
Yeah, we spent a lot of time last November looking at bringing in a transfer goalkeeper. It was a department that we'd highlighted that we wanted to improve on. So we did a lot of research on all of the goalkeepers out there and lots of contacts, and her old coach from her last college couldn't talk highly enough of her and said that she was a fantastic person, like we spoke about, that she was unlucky not to play more there because they had an all-conference goalkeeper ahead of her. And they said that one day she would have been a captain of that team, and so when you've got a coach of a school that you're leaving talking that highly of you, it's a bit of a no-brainer for somebody else to accept you, right? And so then we had a good challenge and good competition with her and Anna Blankenship through non-conference to see who could earn the #1 shirt, and she just pipped Anna and has proven that worth going into conference, and she's come up with some very big saves in games. Saves that have kept us in games, and the saves that have kept some games to a lower scoring as well. So yeah, we're very happy with how Kendall's doing.
All right, staying on goalkeeping for Kendall, like you mentioned, she's made some big saves. There's been 7 games for the Lions this year where 1 or fewer goals have been allowed, and a 6-1 record in that, when that is 6-0-1, excuse me, when that is the case. How exactly does that come about?
So one of the big things that we talk about as a team is that we try to be as honest as possible with who we are, right? And so we're a blue-collared team. We work hard. We make mistakes from the opposition, and we capitalise on those mistakes. You know, through our history, we've never really been a program that scores 5, 6, 7 goals a game. So we're always in close scoring games. And so one of the big things on top of that blue-collaredness is the mindset of we've got to be in the game as long as possible for a chance to win the game. And the longer we're in the game, the more chance goes up for us to win it. And so obviously with Kendall's save percentage and everything in a lot of those games, keeping those goals down will always help us then have the chance on the field to go and get the win.
On goals, your midfielder Hannah McCord, she's logged over 1,100 minutes. When you have that one player that can play the full 90 plus every match, how big is that?
Yeah, I mean it's important, and hopefully, you know, the legs don't get too heavy at this part of the season because it's becoming business time. But I think, you know, her IQ on the game and positioning, she's played a lot of minutes, but I think she saves herself on distances that she has to run just for her smarts and her positioning.
Now, staying on Hannah McCord, she's also your leading goal scorer with 4, and she's such a versatile player as a midfielder is. As head coach, having a player that you can just trust to plug and play, I guess, wherever and whenever you need to. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, Hannah's another transfer that transferred in from a bigger program, and so, you know, her experience of playing at a higher level day in, day out with those players, we knew she was going to come into good standing into our program, and I think, you know, playing in the middle of the field is a very trustworthy position, but we know we can trust her. The positions that she takes up, she is also part of the reason why a lot of those games have been low scoring, you know, helping on transition from attack to defence. She breaks up a lot of play, then starts our attacks, almost like the quarterback in football, right? So her presence on the field is very important, and, you know, we hope that we can manage her fitness-wise and health-wise to get us through to the Conference Tournament Championship and hopefully the National Tournament.
All right, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with Lions soccer head coach Nathan Gillespie.
Women are bad with money.
It's what the world's been saying for centuries. But now,
we've got something to say.
Save it. Save the old-fashioned advice, the empty excuses. It's all worthless, unlike us.
To our fellow females, it is time to save ourselves by saving our money.
Contributing to our futures, investing in our independence.
Until we're no longer 80%
more likely than men to live in poverty in retirement.
So again, we say to that, save it.
The falsehoods, the feelings of fault, then the funds.
Learn how to save for your retirement at wesaysaveit.org.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Can you see anything different as a pill?
No.
You don't know?
Fentanyl is being mixed into everything now. There's only one thing that will save somebody's life. That is naloxone nasal spray.
Fentanyl, it's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable.
Why would drug dealers put a lethal dose of fentanyl in drugs if they know it's so harmful?
Really just all about the money.
I just didn't realize that one pill could change your whole life.
More kids should know.
This presentation of LionTrax is made possible through the kind support of Tangipahoa Parish Tourism, your guide to the crossroads of Louisiana.
Tangipahoa Parish is home to the strawberry capital of the world and the premier destination for family fun and adventure. Whether you're looking to visit one of our historic museums, grab a bite to eat at our amazing restaurants, or attend an exciting local event, there's always something to do in Tangipahoa Parish. Tangipahoa Tourism is proud to support the Southeastern Channel in its mission to educate and inspire young media professionals right here in Tangipahoa Parish, the crossroads of Louisiana.
And welcome back to LionTrax. I'm still here with Lady Lions head coach Nathan Gillespie. Coach, I got a few more questions for you. So, up to this point in the season, you have 7 players with at least 3 points. In a sport where you have 11 players on the pitch at all times, how crucial is it to have players who you can trust to score and assist with regularity?
Yeah, I mean, it helps us with a bit of unpredictableness in our play, right? With oppositions when they're scouting us, you know, if you're a team that's got 1 or 2 main goal scorers, then it's pretty easy to set up a plan to stop them, right? But when we've got goals popping up all over the field, it's a bit harder to defend. So, you know, whilst we would love to have that one goal scorer that scored 20 goals in the season, we're very happy to have multiple players with a few goals each to show the threat that we have all over the field.
Speaking of the field, you're coming off of a road trip now, and you're 3-1-1 at home, where you have the match against upcoming newcomer in the conference, UTRGV. Is there something more special to you about playing on your home pitch at Strawberry Stadium, especially now this weekend? It's the alumni game here in Hammond.
Yeah, I think the stadium that we play in is probably one of the best soccer experiences in the conference, and I think that the ladies know that. And then the support that we get from the locals of Hammond, you know, especially on a Friday night underneath the lights, the families that travel all over the south to come and watch their daughters play, we get a good following, you know, especially when we're at home. And I think it just helps as well. The ladies, they love waking up in their own bed. They love doing their own routine on a game day, you know, in their own environment rather than being in a hotel. Everybody's got to go to breakfast. Everybody's got to go to lunch. We're always doing everything as a big group. So I think it helps people relax and play a bit more freely when we're at home.
So, going into this season, the Lady Lions are predicted to finish 6th in the conference. Currently, they're sitting in 3rd place. Last time I checked, what would you say that it is that's gotten to you this point and within striking distance of the mountaintop?
Again, I would say that we've got a large group of seniors, so we've got a lot of experience in the team. But their togetherness and their attitude to kind of never die, never quit, even if we're behind. I think that's kind of infectious, and then some of the younger players have been infected by that, and that's what's helped us get through some certain games in particular. And so, yeah, I think, you know, although we were picked to finish 6th, we knew that we had some good ability in our group and a lot of experience returning, and so we was always expecting to finish higher than that. And so, you know, it's no surprise to us that we are where we are.
Sitting in your conference record currently sits at 5-3, which is, like we said, currently 3rd. There's 2 more matches left in regular season play. And what do you think? What would it take for the team to finish strong and lock themselves into a high seed in the Southland Conference tournament come November?
Obviously, it's a benefit that our last 2 games were at home. I don't think we ever struggled to get motivated to play at home, and so that's one of the big keys, being motivated for these games. And I think with what we have going on this weekend, with family weekend, senior night, alumni weekend, there's a lot of emotional stuff there that the girls will buy into to raise their performance. And especially, you know, when you've got 9 seniors, their last times playing in Hammond, you know, they're going to give 110% no matter what. And I think our intensity is what helps us come through games. And I don't think, on the day when we're at our best intensity, nobody's matching us. And so that'll be the key for us doing well in these 2 games.
Now, speaking of the Southland Tournament, the Lions came away with the Southland Tournament title back in 2020. What is it going to take once you get to the tournament to climb back the top of the mountain and gain your 1st and the team's 6th conference title?
So I think for me, it's getting past that first round. When we get into the tournament, go there with the confidence that, you know, hopefully we've had a good last 2 games and we finish in that top 3. So we're one of the top seeds in the conference. We're confident going into the tournament. We play a good first game. We get past that first round, and then I think from there, then you see how the cards lay, right? Because there may be other teams that have been knocked out, however, and, you know, tournament time is always special. But I think for us right now, the biggest hurdle is just getting past that first round.
All right. My last question for you, Coach. What would it mean to come away with all these seniors on the team and your 3rd year as a Lions head coach? What would it mean to come away on top this winter?
I mean, it would be, that's what we're in the game for, right? We want to win. You know, obviously everybody wants to have a good time and have fun, but ultimately we're in it to win. And so with some of the girls, especially those that have been here for 5 years, Haley Rowe, Haley Yoder, you know, they were freshmen in 2020 and I was the assistant when we won the conference tournament then. For them to have bookend championships, it would just be kind of a nice way to end their chapter and end their story. And as a program, it's nice to then propel us forward and you know, hopefully then look at another level of recruit to bring in and keep the program on top.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Coach. That's all the time we have for LionTrax today. For more information about Lion Athletics, go to lionsports.net. I'm Logan Loving, and we hope to see you on the next edition of LionTrax.